to September 2016. Our research suggests that trend inflation has moderated during the flexible inflation targeting period to around 4% in the recent times. The experience during COVID-19 pandemic period has testified to the flexibility of the framework to respond to sharp growth inflation trade-offs and extreme supply-side shocks over the course of the business cycle. Monetary policy over the next 5 years would aim at consolidating and building upon the credibility gains of the first 5 years of inflation targeting, that is flexible inflation targeting. Let me now proceed and provide some guidance with regard to the liquidity position. In my statements over the past few policy announcements, I have been reiterating the Reserve Bank's commitment to ensuring ample liquidity, ample system liquidity in consonance with the accommodative stance of the MPC. When I say ample liquidity, I mean a level of liquidity that would keep the system surplus, even after meeting the requirements of all financial market segments and productive sectors of the economy. From that perspective, our endeavor has been to conduct liquidity management operations conducive for promoting orderly market conditions. This approach has yielded results. It has facilitated the successful completion of central and state government borrowing programs of close to 22 lakh crore at record low costs with elongated maturity during 2021. It has also facilitated significant amount of private borrowing through corporate bonds, commercial papers and debentures. It would be worthwhile to note that despite the recommencement of the 14-day variable rate reverse repo, that is VRRR auctions since January 15, liquidity absorbed through the fixed rate reverse repo has steadily increased from fortnightly average of rupees 4.3 lakh crore during January 16 to 29 to 4.9 lakh crore during January 30 to March 31st, 2021. Reflecting the surplus liquidity, reserve money has risen by 14.2% as on March 26 year on year, driven by currency demand, while money supply, that is M3, grew by 11.8% as on March 26, with bank credit growth at 5.6%. In view of the success of VRRR and given the rising levels of surplus liquidity, it has now been decided to conduct VRRR, that is variable rate reverse repo auctions of longer maturity as indicated in the revised liquidity management framework announced on February 6 last year. The amount and tenor of these auctions will be decided based on the evolving liquidity and financial conditions. This is a part of the liquidity management operations of the Reserve Bank of India, and it should not be read as liquidity tightening. I hope it is sufficiently clear and explicit, and nothing can be more explicit than that. In fact, by paying a higher rate of interest on liquidity absorptions through VRRR auctions, the RBI is indirectly expanding liquidity, and this is a point which needs to be kept in mind. Since mid-February this year, global financial markets have increasingly turned volatile, driven by a surge in sovereign bond yields over inflation concerns stemming from the edging up of international commodity prices as well as expectations of stronger growth. Bond market volatility and strengthening of the US dollar spilled over to the emerging markets. Expectations of a reflationary cycle in the United States led to a retrenchment of portfolio flows to emerging market economies, which continued through the month of March. Given the strong interconnectedness of financial markets across borders and progressive integration into global financial cycle, there was an upsurge of investor unease in India, despite repeated assurances and forward guidance on liquidity given by the Reserve Bank. Taking note of the market's discomfort and in consonance with our commitment to ensure ample liquidity and orderly market conditions, the Reserve Bank scaled up its open market operations, OMOs, in February and conducted 5 special OMOs, that is Operation Twists, in February and March. Reserve Bank also increased the amount for the Operation Twist auction on March 4th from 10,000 crore to rupees 15,000 crore. Reserve Bank also adopted an innovative asymmetrical special OMO, that is purchase of 20,000 crore and sale of rupees 15,000 crore on March 10, 2021 to reinforce the compression of term premia as well as to inject liquidity, which drew a favorable market response. These were clear signals that the Reserve Bank will support the market with adequate liquidity through the various instruments in its toolkit. The liquidity impact of OMOs could be gauged from the fact that we made net outright purchases amounting to rupees 3.13 lakh crore during 2020-21. For the year 21-22, drawing on experience, we have decided to put in place what is termed as a secondary market GSEC acquisition program. I repeat, a secondary market GSEC acquisition program, or GSAP 1.0, to give it a distinct character. Under the program, the Reserve Bank will commit upfront to a specific amount of open market purchases of government securities with a view to enabling a stable and orderly evolution of the yield curve amidst comfortable liquidity conditions. The endeavor will be to ensure congenial financial conditions for the recovery to gain traction. For Q1 of 21-22, therefore, it has been decided to announce a GSAP of rupees 1 lakh crore. The first purchase of government securities for an aggregate amount of rupees 25,000 crore under GSAP 1.0 will be conducted on April 15, 2021. The positive externalities of GSAP 1.0 operations need to be seen in the context of those segments of the financial markets that rely on GSEC yield curve as a pricing benchmark. In addition, the extension of held to maturity dispensation opens up space for investments of more than rupees 4 lakh crore. We will also continue to deploy our regular operations under the LAF, longer term repo, reverse repo auctions, forex operations and open market operations, including special OMOs, to ensure liquidity conditions evolve in consonance with the stance of the monetary policy and financial conditions are supportive of all stakeholders. While laying out the liquidity management strategy for 21-22, let me unequivocally state that the Reserve Bank's endeavor is to ensure orderly evolution of the yield curve, governed by fundamentals as distinct from any specific level thereof. Our objective is to eschew volatility in the GSEC market in view of its central role in the pricing of other financial market instruments across the term structure and issuers, both in the public and private sectors. This is a necessary prerequisite for nascent and hesitant recovery to firm up and become more durable. Needless to add, two-way movements in bond yields consistent with the fundamentals are quite normal from a market perspective. However, such movements should not be abrupt and disruptive if financial stability has to be preserved. The Reserve Bank will, of course, continue to do whatever it takes to preserve financial stability and to insulate domestic financial markets from global spillovers and the consequent volatility. I would urge market participants to take heed of our actions, communication and signals in a balanced manner. Together, we can overcome the challenges and lay the foundations for a durable recovery beyond the pandemic. Let us prepare for our tryst with our potential firmly. Let me now announce some additional measures. Against this backdrop, and with a view to nurture the recovery, certain additional measures are being announced. The details of the measures are set out in the Statement on Developmental and Regulatory Policies, which is